So today we are diving into something Nintendo fans, myself included, have been dreaming about for years and years. An official, honest-to-goodness way to listen to all those incredible soundtracks. We're going to take a guided tour of the official Nintendo Music app. And I mean everything from how you get it to all the little details that make it so special.
I mean, just stop and think about it for a second. The Ocarina of Time on your morning commute. The music from Gusty Garden Galaxy while you're trying to get work done. All this classic 8-bit tunes that started everything. What if all of that was just right there, in your pocket, on demand? Well, that's exactly what we're looking at today.
All right, so let's get right into it. Before we dig into all the cool features and the little quirks, let's just start at square one and answer the biggest question. What exactly is Nintendo Music? Well, at its core, it is exactly what it sounds like. This is Nintendo's one and only official application for their entire musical library. And that's a big deal, right? It means no more digging through unofficial uploads on the internet. This is the real, high-quality stuff straight from the source. Okay, let's just rapid fire through the 4 big questions that probably popped into your head immediately. First, is it free? Not exactly. You do need a Nintendo Switch Online membership. Second, is it available everywhere? Not just yet, it's rolling out in specific regions for now. Third, can you listen offline? Yes, you can. Offline playback is a go. And finally, what devices? Yep, both iOS and Android are good to go. All right, so you've got the basics down. Now, what do you actually need to do to get in? This next part is all about the nuts and bolts of connecting your account and actually opening up the app. And honestly, it's super simple. There are really only 2 things you need. Number 1, you need a Nintendo account, which, you probably already have for your Switch. And number 2, and this is the key, that account has to have an active Nintendo Switch Online membership linked to it. The bottom line is pretty simple. No membership, no music. But hey, here is a fantastic little tip, straight from Nintendo themselves. If you're not sure about subscribing just yet, you can use the free trial for Nintendo Switch Online. For that entire trial period, you get full access to the music app. It's really the perfect way to take it for a spin and see if you like it. Okay, and now for a really, really important warning. A lot of people are asking what happens to all their playlists if they let their subscription lapse. Well, the official answer is poof, they're gone. Your data will be deleted. So if you've spent hours building the ultimate playlist, you are definitely going to want to keep that membership active. So you're in, you've got access. What's it actually like to use every day? Let's take a look at the core experience of the player itself and the features you'd expect from, any modern music app. It's got all the basics covered, for sure. You can build your own custom playlists, you can favorite tracks so they're easy to find again, and here's something that's really great to see. It has full support for both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So yeah, your next road trip just got a much better soundtrack. So it's a solid music player. But come on, this is Nintendo we're talking about. Of course, they didn't just stop there. They've added some really unique, thoughtful little features that you just won't find anywhere else. Now we get to the really fun stuff. Okay, let me paint you a picture. I'm sure this has happened to a lot of you. You're looking up a soundtrack for a game you're in the middle of, and you accidentally see a track title like Final Confrontation with the Shadow King, and boom, spoiler. So annoying, right? Well, get this. Nintendo came up with a brilliant solution. It's a simple toggle in the settings called Spoiler Prevention. You flip it on, and the app will actually hide the titles of tracks that might give away key story moments. It is such a small thing, but it just shows they are really thinking about us, the players. All right, next up is a feature with a kind of mysterious name, Extend To. So, what in the world does that actually do? It's basically a handoff feature. So imagine you're at home listening to music on your tablet, but you've got to head out. With Extend To, you can just tap a button and instantly send that music over to your phone, picking up right where you left off without missing a beat. As long as you're logged into the same account, it just works. It's very, very cool. Oh, and for anyone out there who likes to fall asleep to game music, they've added another great little quality of life feature, a sleep timer. You can put on the soothing sounds of Zora's Domain, set the timer for, say, 30 minutes, and the app will just fade out and stop on its own. No more waking up at 3 in the morning to the final boss music, right? Now, of course, no app is perfect. Technology can be a little tricky sometimes, so for our last section, let's just run through the official advice for what to do when things get a little bit glitchy. Here is a huge pro tip if you ever have to contact support for anything. If you get an error message,
try to find a specific error code. Giving them a code, like one of the ones you see here, is going to help them pinpoint your exact problem so much faster. And to their credit, Nintendo is also really transparent about a few bugs they're working on. For iOS users, that Extend To feature we just talked about might have a few hiccups, and sometimes the next track might not autoplay over AirPlay. And for Android users, on certain devices, you might get a little audio noise or have tracks cut out. They know about it, and you can bet they're working on a fix.
And what about when a brand new soundtrack gets added, but you open the app and you just can't see it? The official fix is, well, it's the classic tech support solution. First, just double-check your internet connection, and then completely close and restart the app. That usually forces a refresh and pulls in all the new music. So, there you have it. That's pretty much everything you need to know to get started with Nintendo Music. From the spoiler protection to the sleep timer, it just feels like a service that was really made by fans for fans. And that really only leaves one final, very important question. What is the absolute first track you're going to play?